Their shoes were left by the door, their toys untouched, and their mother Malehya? Gone. What happened inside that home on May 2nd? And what is the terrible secret she couldn't hide any longer? Tonight, we're peeling back the silence. We're tracing the footsteps. And we're asking the one question the entire country is afraid to say out loud. What if this wasn't just a disappearance, but a cover-up? This is not just a story. This is an ongoing investigation. And right now, we need your voice. If you believe in truth, if you believe Lily and Jack deserve answers, then please hit that subscribe button, drop a comment below, and help us reach 1,000 in the next 7 days. Because someone out there knows the truth. And it's time they finally speak. May 2nd, 2025. A small home in Pictou County, Nova Scotia, sat still in the morning light. But inside, it was anything but ordinary. 2 children gone. No forced entry. No sign of struggle. No goodbye. 6-year-old Lily Sullivan and her younger brother, Jack, just 4 years old, had vanished. The last confirmed sighting? The previous afternoon, May 1st, seen alive and well with family. That detail, verified by RCMP, set off the first wave of questions. Where were they heading? Who were they with? And more importantly, who saw them last? Investigators scrambled. Underwater recovery teams, drones, K-9 units, 35 interviews and counting, dozens of leads, hundreds of man-hours, and yet not a single trace. It was as if Lily and Jack had simply disappeared into the wind. But to understand the heartbreak behind this story, you have to know who Lily and Jack really were. Lily loved to read. She carried her favorite storybook everywhere, even to the dinner table. Jack, a bundle of energy, obsessed with frogs and fire trucks. He once tried to smuggle a whole jar of pond water into preschool. They lived in a quiet part of Nova Scotia, the kind of town where everyone knows everyone, where you wave at strangers, where porch lights stay on for neighbors. And yet, in a place that close-knit, 2 children were taken, without a sound. How? Why? And by whom? But it wasn't just their disappearance that shocked Nova Scotia. It was what came next. In the days after Lily and Jack vanished, the town held its breath. Police worked tirelessly. Neighbors clung to hope that someone had already left. Their mother, Malehya Brooks Murray, abruptly packed up her infant daughter and disappeared from the community. No press statement, no community search, not even a public plea. And that silence spoke louder than anything else. Online, people began to take notice. Screenshots flooded Facebook groups and Reddit threads. One detail hit hard. Malehya had blocked Daniel Martell, her fiancé, and Lily and Jack's stepfather. She changed her relationship status to single, and from that moment forward, she shut the world out. Speculation ignited across the internet. The mom's behavior just doesn't add up. Why isn't she out searching? She left with the baby, not even a public appeal. Who does that? Some pointed the finger elsewhere. Maybe they wandered off. Maybe someone lured them away. They'd talk to anyone. They'd accept candy. But the louder the speculation got, the more questions emerged about what really happened inside that house. And who, if anyone, was being honest. The RCMP ramped up efforts. They issued a province-wide call for dashcam footage spanning 5 days. From April 28th to May 2nd, major crime units were deployed. Forensics combed through wooded trails, abandoned properties, even nearby bodies of water. And with every hour that passed, suspicion began to shift, not just toward what had happened, but toward who might be hiding something. And then, Malehya's Terrible Secret. YouTube channels, TikToks, podcast theories. One video stood out, its title, "Just Now, Malehya's terrible secret she couldn't hide any longer. Thousands watched. Hundreds commented. But what made it different? It wasn't just clickbait, it claimed to show real screenshots. Alleged texts between Malehya and a close friend, talking about the plan. Another headline followed just hours later. Shocking. Malehya's texts revealed disturbing response to Lily and Jack's disappearance. And slowly, a new theory crept in. Maybe this wasn't a random tragedy. Maybe this was intentional. But to understand this theory, we need to go deeper into the minds of those involved. Malehya had just given birth to her third child, a newborn. Sleepless nights, overwhelming stress, no help. Add to that a crumbling relationship, constant arguments with Daniel, the children's stepfather, and now 2 children missing. Was she mentally breaking down? Was she hiding something she couldn't emotionally process? Or was she protecting someone? Daniel Martell, the stepfather, appeared calm in interviews, but some found his tone too composed. Was it grief? Or was it control? Commenters noticed subtle contradictions in his story. Vague timelines, missing details, and then came the statistic no one could ignore. In over 90% of missing child cases, the answer lies close to home. And this home was collapsing in plain sight. The RCMP faced mounting pressure. Reporters demanded answers. Citizens organized local searches. Rumors spread faster than updates. And still authorities stayed quiet. We are not ruling anything out, they said. But they added something else. We have no evidence to suggest abduction. That line stopped the country in its tracks. If it wasn't abduction, then where were Lily and Jack? Who had them? And why weren't the parents demanding answers from each other? As investigators pushed harder, the very secret that fueled months of speculation may be on the verge of being revealed. As of today, no arrests have been made, no charges laid. The case remains open, and the fate of Lily and Jack Sullivan is still unknown. But behind closed doors, investigators have hinted at something darker. In a sealed preliminary hearing, one RCMP officer reportedly said, text messages recovered from May 3rd reference a change of plans and suggest forethought inconsistent with panic. Another stated, the subject's movement out of province appeared coordinated, not reactionary. These statements, though not officially confirmed, added fuel to a growing fire. Was this a case of negligence or premeditation? And so, the theories continue. Was it a tragic runaway, 2 curious kids who wandered too far? Was it an accidental loss covered up in desperation? Or was it something far worse? The inconsistencies are hard to ignore. Why did Malehya disappear with her newborn, but leave no trace of the older children? Why did Daniel offer no public plea beside her? Why did their timelines never align? In the end, what's left are questions. 2 tiny pairs of shoes still waiting by the door. A community torn apart by fear and silence. And 2 children whose voices have been missing for far too long. We share this story not to sensationalize, not to blame, but to remember Lily and Jack, to hold space for the truth, wherever it leads, and to remind those watching that your voice matters, your memory matters, and someone, somewhere, knows what happened. If you have any information, no matter how small, please contact the RCMP or Crime Stoppers immediately. And if you believe in justice for Lily and Jack, help us keep their names alive. Subscribe, share this story, and speak their truth, because someone is still hiding something.